What up, YouTube? This video is going to feature your all's clips, the ones that you guys sent in. Guys, send in your clips. I have a video. It's going to be at the end of this video, of course, of kind of like how you upload it and stuff, and how I kind of want it like formatted, like how I want you to name it, how long it needs to be and stuff like that. But pretty much just to sum up, like what kind of clips I'm looking for is I just want your Gibby clips. It could be clutch situations. At this point, it kind of like shows off like what you learned, and just the nasty clips you guys gotten. And you can also send me clips of you dying, and you want me to pretty much explain what you could have done better, to improve in this fight. Um, Now, if you guys notice that you guys don't, your all your videos aren't there, or you're not being featured, it is because if only one of your videos are in this, it's because the other one's probably bad quality, or it was like extremely bad quality and it's too long as well, and I don't know where to really clip. So make sure they're short. Uh, so I don't have to search for it, and make sure the quality's somewhat decent. It's going to be kind of hard for people on console. It's a little difficult, but I appreciate everyone that uploads. And after you see your clips get posted, you can send two more in. So again, it kind of shows off your all's, you know, clips that you guys gotten while playing Gibby. I still will critique everything, just kind of because again, this video is to help everybody. So I'm gonna show the video once, like just the whole playthrough of the video, and then I will go over the video after it's been watched, and it's gonna be like my how to get better Gibraltar videos, where I just show the video and then I explain what's going on. But in this case, I explain like your positioning and what you could have done to do better, and just how to save more health, like, just anything. So I feel like these videos help out everyone a lot. So again, this is a little long, intro, but send in your clips, guys. The more clips I get in, the faster I can do these clips. It's been a while since I kind of asked for these clips. More people are starting to join the channel, enjoy the channel as well, enjoy the tips. So for everyone that's new, hopefully you guys get on this. It's fun for me to go over, watch your all's clips, watch y'all slay out, and I really do enjoy helping y'all out, even if it's like you dying, and you're embarrassed about posting, just post it. I'll go over it, and it'll help you out in the long run of like what you did wrong and what you could have done to improve one. So for everyone that's new, please send in the clips again. If you want to know how, and like kind of like how I want them like made and clipped and stuff like that, at the very end of this video, I'll have the link come up of the how to post them. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in there. All right, so as y'all saw, that was a little hectic with the melees at first. A miss there, a solid hit, and then this, a lot of these melees you guys are going to miss for the simple fact that you have to melee directly on them. You have to be looking at them. They have to be close enough to you, because there's no more like lunges. Like it doesn't really connect anymore unless you're directly lined up on them. So that's how you have to kind of melee. This was huge though. Um, Realizing you have to jump down in this situation, and it's a good thing you throw a bubble and you immediately go on the outside the bubble. That's huge right there. Um, Unfortunate miss right there. It's just those happen all the time. It's just when that happens, you would have connected that melee if you would have stepped in more than meleeed. Because you're meleeing as you're walking forward. Sometimes that won't hit. You have to walk forward a little more and then melee. But other than that, see, you're just lining up. You're just following exactly where he's going and able to get those melees off. Made him miss the melee. It's huge, Working that bubble, honestly, made him miss. And then this situation up here, There is something you could have done a little differently. Right here at this moment, you need to go ahead and register that he has a PK. So instead of doing what you're doing right here and staying on this right side, what you need to do is as you're shooting right here, instead of going right, you want to go left and jump. You want to jump down the staircase right here in the situation. Because going right, you have nowhere to go, and it's just he has free shots when you the whole way down the steps. So if you would have shot him as you're jumping off down this way, that is the better play to do there. Some of these times you can't really think about that right away, but if you see someone with a shotgun, I know me personally, if I don't have a shotgun, I don't have bubble ready, I'm just kind of caught out in the open. If I was on the staircase, you have to jump down and just pre-aim them falling down with you. And that's would have been the best thing to do, because you can take that whole load like you just did, like that whole shot. It sounded really weird. You take all these bullets right here. You can jump off right now as you're shooting, and you can reload and set back down the steps. Right here, you would have landed right here, and you would have been able to ADS him falling straight down to try to chase you since they have a shotgun. That's pretty much it for this clip.
Reloading.
Reloading. Bad guys, let's do it. No trouble here. Taking fire.
Reloading.
Got a bandit. Bogey in my crosshairs. Bogey in my crosshairs.
Downed one. Good work.
Alright, so these are actually huge shots. Unfortunately, you couldn't capitalize right there. But the simple fact you can just finish up right there is beautiful. I love the hemlock, and I love these buildings actually in Mills. So right here's when the kind of like the talking goes into play. This bubble, solid. So this bubble is, I guess, it's a forward push to this guy. It's to provide cover away from the guy behind you, because you can hear him behind you the entire time. So you throw a bubble far enough away from this one, the Bloodhound, and now you have the Rev one-on-one for a few seconds, and he's already in your bubble, and this was a huge melee. That was a huge melee to get him out of the bubble, and that's what you always need to do, just get him out the bubble. Make sure you have positioning. Right here is unfortunate, but as you can see from that right there, it is just going to be a solid miss, because you're lunging at, you got this lunge off on him right here. This was the lunge right here. If he was closer, it would have connected, but it's just, you can see it drags you, but he was moving at the same time. If he would have stayed put, it would have been connected, but the simple fact that he moved out of the way, it was like a motion of like movement, like backwards and away, is that's why you missed. So I've went over a few times in the firing range of what hits, what misses, and this is going to hit every time, and there's always a lunge animation. So the lunge animation still happens. It's just really awkward. If you move while the lunge is happening, like slightly to the right or slightly backwards, the lunge will not hit the target if the target's also moving as well. If you're lined up the entire time with the target as you're lunging, then you're going to be able to get that hit. But if they're moving when the lunge happens, it's just nothing you can really do about it. It's really awkward, because it's still one of those things, it has a chance of hitting even though it's not supposed to, and even when it's supposed to, it has a chance of not hitting. So we're at a weird state with the bubble, but again, or the bubble melee, that's huge. That's always going to connect. Just that right there, you're aiming this direction and you're lunging towards them, and it pulls you this way. It's really weird how it works, and it's hard for me to kind of explain and tell you guys like how the melee is going to hit, when it's not going to hit, because it's still kind of random. But I would honestly, if I were you guys, test it in the firing range. Go up to one of the dummies and look to the right, melee, and then also move while you're meleeing too, and you can kind of tell when you're going to miss. It kind of pulls you, and it just mess with that for like a few minutes in a firing range, and you'll kind of understand. Well, this is why I miss these kind of melees. So that's why I kind of recommend with the melee tips. But unfortunate for this one, right here, that's gonna miss. But again, with the you're trying to follow him, and it's just gonna miss for that reason. And huge bubble plays, honestly. That was just a huge, just being unpredictable, not shooting right there, and just being able to capitalize. Because you know you're running low on bullets, and you need to make those shots count. And then right there, that's just abusing the arm shield. That's what you do every single time.
Down one.
Honestly, huge. Just be able to just sit there and abuse it. And just, honestly, just great clip all around. I know this was a little longer clip because, I'm trying to explain the melee. And I feel like this was a perfect video to explain the melee. And it's just how it kind of registers and how it doesn't sometimes, and like why it misses. It's awkward, but hopefully me kind of explaining it a little bit, and you guys going on the firing range and seeing what it does for yourself, it should help out with the whole melees and understanding why it misses sometimes.
We got a new kill leader. Taking damage over here. Reload. Another one. Watch out, I'm opening this guy. Using a Phoenix kit. Hey, that was a big one. I'm getting shot. Shield up. We finished the squad. That's how you get the job done.
All right, this clip was honestly like a beautiful situation of how Gibby can be a bully and how you can just stay in fights for long periods of time. You catch them looting, you're able to hit them all. Actually, with that, I think you hit all three of them with that. I'm not quite sure. But you're able to get the knock on one of them, and now you can have the one-on-one fight just because your arm shield, and you're able to out damage them and get the knock on him as well. And at this point, they're rezzing. You knocked two of them, but one's getting res. So this is a beautiful ult. Playing off the knocks with the ult. It's kind of just like the bubble, but with the ult instead. This way you can still provide a lot of damage and a lot of annoyance while you can heal. And that's exactly what you did here, which is to a T perfect, honestly. You made Horizon queue up. The person that she res got re-knocked. And now that's a beautiful bubble, honestly. You know that he's shooting at you, you're in the cover. So this is like a 50-50 situation of what you want to do in this spot. It's either bubble right away or try to throw a bubble forward so you can go forward more with it. But at this point he's hitting you with the G7, so you're forced to throw it right there. And that's solid. Staying on this side of the bubble, being able to hurry up and peek out, that's what you want to do, is play the front of the bubble like you are right now, and that's huge. And he couldn't really peek you. There's nothing you could do about it. And you try to decide to res, and that was just the wrong choice. That's honestly a solid clip. Huge shots too, by the way, and just perfect placement with the ult, and huge bubble play there at the end as well. So solid.
Fire, brothers. Calling the airstrike. Level for my brother.
I'm getting hit over here.
Reloading.
Watch yourself. There's another squad attacking. Reloading. Reloading. Good night. That entire squad's gone by.
Taking damage over here.
Recharging my...
He's one.
Alright, this was huge by Mystic, guys. As you can see, Tim got a knock right there. And Mystic simply throws ult and bubbles. So what this ult and bubble is, it's perfect, by the way. Since Tim got the knock on one of these guys up here, Mystic immediately threw the ult right on top of the knockdown. And that's what you want to do with your ult a lot of the times, is throw your ult on the person knocked, especially in an open area like this. This was huge. So he knew exactly where they were. He figured you throw the ult down on them, He knows they're going to res, and you know teammates hurt as well. So that's why the bubble comes in play, because there's no cover right here. So Mystic provides cover for himself a little bit, but mostly for his teammate. So he takes advantage of the simple fact the ult's going down. He has time to at least take a cell, and it actually blocked the caustic ult, which was huge. And again, he was able to get 2 knocks right there. The guy getting res, and I guess the guy resing as well. And now it's just a matter of trying to capitalize on getting even more KP because he's playing ranked. And there is more squads, of course, because there's always going to be more people, always. And this is what you want to do as Gibby. Right here is what he's doing solid, you know. Again, Tim got all of his shields taken away, and he still has a little health taken away. And as Gibby, you want to stay posted up like this. You always want to just keep providing shots. You know, you have the most health on the team. You know, it's good just to stay in there and just keep shooting. And plus, he's third partying. He's keeping that constant fight going. Right here, perfect, you know, bubble forward. You know, he's getting shot at, but, you know, the shots stop right there. And he's able to push forward and capitalize on it. So, again, it's just perfect all around. He had 2 good bubbles in 1 clip, which is huge. Again, he's getting shot, so he should have threw it, like, a little sooner. But, you know, both his teammates are full health. He still has, you know, actual, like, raw HP left still. So, it was just huge by him. So, it was a good clip all around. Good bubble, good ult. 2 bubbles, actually.
We're getting pushed. Rock's fried. Or Pathy. Want somebody
Maybe the
got
bubble.
fried.
How weak is he?
Signal.
Pathy's low.
Nice, nice, nice. Rest. He jumped down, He's on me.
Recharging my shield.
Yo, again, Mystic with another banger of a clip, using his abilities correctly. If you guys don't know, Mystic's my main mod. Mystic's always in my chat. Appreciate him for that. Huge supporter. And man, it's a nasty Gibby main. I ain't gonna lie. Right here, a beautiful ult. You see the placement of the ult just exactly right there. There, behind cover. These little boxes. So, throwing it behind them is the best thing to do. Especially if you want to pinch a team and you want to fight them 100%. So his last ult he did, you know, was playing out the knock. So he threw it right on the people. This you want to throw behind them, so they're forced to push forward instead of, you know, pushing back, because if they try to push back off the, you know, off this little bridge, they're going to get hammered by the ult. So ult was perfectly thrown, bubbles perfectly thrown too, so teammate can always back out because teammate was low. Teammate couldn't get to the bubble in time, but this also covers him from his ult if they try to push in, as well as them just shooting him in general. And it worked out perfectly. It's huge. Again, ult came down right on top of him like he planned, and he just has bubble to work with. And as soon as he gets in the bubble, he knows exactly when to time it and blasted the dude. He has plenty of time to heal as well, get the revive off because of the fast resing. And honestly, just able to protect his teammate and himself. Just Lord status right there, dude. Honestly, it was perfect all around. Again, the main thing was the placement on the ult and then placing the bubble at the right point at the stairs, because he's able, as soon as he gets top the steps, he could finally peek, and that's what he did. Unfortunately, he got hit by the ult right there, but other than that, it's just huge. It's a perfect placement by the ult, honestly. Huge placement by the ult. All right, this last one is by Victor. He asked me, you know, tell him what all he did wrong, right, what he can improve on. You have a Mozambique. There's not much you can do about that situation. This little encounterment right here, honestly, just take your time. There's nothing else you really can do about that. Just line up your shots, kind of ADS. But again, Mozambique, it's not fun off the beginning. Right here, you either should stop reloading and bubbled immediately, or after the reload should bubble right here. But it's solid. You saw the second guy, you realized you needed the bubble. You got to the far end of the bubble, which is huge. You got to the very edge instead of staying inside. Now, I don't know if that melee was meant to hit or like you kind of like misclicked, like a panic melee. But if you meant to hit that melee, you have to be a lot closer. You don't want to risk melees like that because you know it leaves you in an animation where you're stuck there for a few, so they can easily pop in and shoot you, and now you're kind of out of position. But you're able to back out, come back in, hit solid shots with the Mozam. Saw the second guy come in as well, so now you know this position's kind of compromised, so you have to go a different way. Got stuck on the barrels right there, which actually made this guy miss, which is absolutely incredible. GG's, get wrecked, sir. He missed. You're able to get some shots off again. Beautiful melee. Honestly, that melee right there is solid. And if that guy still had health, it would have knocked him back, and you still would have been set. And right there, hit another solid 44. Your teammate came in to help. But you know, even if you didn't help, I know you had that 100% because all you're doing is wrap around the left side and hitting him from that angle because you still have 2 more shots. But perfect bubble positioning the entire time. Especially from the like very beginning of where you were at the bubble. You know, you went to the far end. You know, you realize 2 people are coming, so you rotated around. You got to this end, able to melee again, and you stayed alive the entire duration of the bubble. That's what you're supposed to do as a Gibby. Um, since this is the last video, as Gibraltar mains or just if you play Gibby in general, you want to stay alive the entire duration you're a bubble. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but like let's say you're in a team, like for instance, like he has a duo. I don't know if it's his duo or not, but he was able to stay alive for long enough for his teammate to come help, which is huge. You know, you're stuck in a really, really crappy situation where 2 people are chasing you around the whole bubble, but you're able to stay up the entire time and your teammate can help. That's what you want to do. Especially when you get in situations. I've been in situations where, you know, it's a 1v3 situation. You can't always win that. It's like very seldom do you actually get that chance to win that 1v3 in the whole duration of the bubble. But you know, you can normally knock 1 guy, you can knock 2 guys maybe, or you can hurt all 3 of them. But you know, you're staying alive long enough for your teammates to get angles on the people chasing you around. And as soon as that bubble goes away, they have no cover as well, and you're able to pretty much get that trade off with your team. So that's what you want to do as Gibby. You always want to stay alive the entire duration. So like that was your strength right here in this video. Also knowing where to go in the bubble. You just have to know when to time your bubbles faster, so you lose less health. Um, so that was pretty much the only thing I'll take away from that is just, you know when to bubble. It's, you know, even before this guy probably, you should have just already bubbled because you know they're coming. But other than that, just the position was beautiful. The mistiming on the first melee was like a little oof. But again, you recovered, you know where to go in the bubble, so that's solid. So all around, this one was a little longer, but you know, I like to kind of explain, you know, how important it is to stay alive in the bubble and your bubble positioning. And this was honestly a solid video for that. So I appreciate you submitting that in, honestly. Yo, again, hope you guys enjoyed that YouTube video. Please send in your clips if you guys enjoyed how this is kind of set up. It's kind of similar to my how to get better with Gibraltar videos, except for it's featuring your all's clips instead. So there's more play styles, and it kind of perfects your play styles and like your placement and stuff like that. And I feel like it's just, again, it's a good way to show off what you guys learned, and it's a good way of you guys learning as well for the clips that you guys sent in of you guys dying and need help with that and like figuring out where to go or what's going on in the video itself. I absolutely love going over and watching y'all's clips. It's really fun, and I feel like it brings like something different to the YouTube side of things because not many people really do this. Um, and I really do enjoy teaching, helping, because I want everyone to get better with Gibby. He's a solid legend to learn. He's huge for ranked, and you know, a lot of people play him for ranked, but they don't really know how. They just play Gibby because he's just a strong legend. But when you really learn how to play Gibby, it makes you 10 times better than anybody else that's you're going up against in ranked. Um, and this also helps you kind of improve and like hitting that next point of rank. Like if you're stuck gold, you'd be hitting plat after kind of watching these, getting better, learning, like perfecting your Gibby skills, and then plat, the diamond, the masters. Um, and it really does help out a lot. I promise. Just learning Gibby, learning his bubble, learn his abilities, when to use them, when not. Your placements of everything. So if you have cool videos, you clutching up, send them in. You botting out, send them in. I know I keep repeating it, but I really would like more people, to send me their clips, and don't be shy about it either. I promise you, just don't be shy about it. Just send them in. Um, people like the first two videos I've done like this. It gets a lot of views, and if a quarter of the viewers, or even like a few, like a certain percentage of the viewers send them in, I could probably do uh easily two of these a week, and have these ready to go. So guys, send them in, two at max, and when you see your video, just send two more in. We can keep cycling it through, and the more people that send in their videos, the quicker I can actually make a video. um so that's why this one's gonna be a little short. This one was a little short, my bad. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. I can't wait to see all the gameplay. Much love, much appreciated. See you guys soon.